Horny husband working from home. Okay. Jared. Hey, Jared. What's that?
Wait, it would be so funny if this was from the wife.
It is.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Get ready. Buckle up. Hey, Jared. Hey, your dating advice is insightful and hilarious. I've been listening faithfully for years despite being happily married myself. My husband and I have been married for 12 years. We have what I think as great sex life. Sex 3 to 4 times a week and equally initiated by both of us. This is great. The problem that's coming up in quarantine as we're both working from home is that this man is no longer satisfied with my generous 3 to 4 times a week. He wants it more like every day. He's like a poor puppy following me around, humping all day long. I love him, and I'm so very aware that his ego gets hurt when I turn him down, but I cannot keep this up. My body hurts, and I've got to work. I can't do afternoon delight. I've got a meeting, sir. Don't you need to be working? Do you have any advice on how to let him down without bruising his ego, or any other advice on how to make him feel satisfied without giving up everything else? There has to be a win-win somewhere. Richie, what do you think? You're living with your girlfriend in her parents' house.
I've got a lot of thoughts.
Okay, go.
First of all, it is disgusting that you assume that this is a wife and not a husband. Secondly,
no, I'm looking at her name.
Okay, it's just two dudes.
Listen,
out all during the pandemic.
I would love anyone and everyone can email this podcast.
Bro, when I tell you that the experience of your girlfriend having 2 parents on a ventilator is not a horny time,
no.
I got more bathroom tugs in during this podcast than I did like at camp.
I can't imagine. She's like, I don't know, mom's doing better, dad's not doing great, and you're like, so when do we joke around, and when do there's got to be, there's not a lot of moments of levity, never mind sex.
If it was an earring, it would have closed up. Like it was not a horny time.
How did you, and now you're in her family's house. How do you bring it back?
It's a big enough house, and like basically she kind of came out of the fog of being so distraught all the time. Morning, that's when you gotta get in there in the morning.
But for this woman who's
before the stress,
she says it's 3 to 4 times a week. She feels sexually satisfied. Obviously, I think like sometimes sex can become like junk food, like where you're like, when you're around the house, you start just grazing. And like the idea of him like humping the leg, like I kind of understand it, where it's like you get in some sort of way, you get in some sort of attitude, and you're like, we're around each other, we're looking at each other, you look hot, I'm ready to go. I can understand where he's coming from, and I understand where she's coming from. Like, and I'm not to say like sex can come out of boredom, but it can.
The ultimate concession would be like, all right, I'll just watch you jerk off. I'll sit this one out, but there will be meaningful eye contact.
Would your ego be bruised if what she's saying is true? 3 to 4 times a week, it's equally initiated from both sides. Would your ego be bruised by her going, I got a meeting? If
you're an adult, if you're 20, but they're married, let's assume that they're older. No, I think that is reasonable. She sounds pretty damn game if the 3 or 4 times a week is true.
I that's the thing. If this sex schedule, if it's like the way she explained it, I can understand that his ego would be bruised. I can understand that, and I think like the idea of like a guy being like humping your leg and like kind of joking around but kind of semi-serious, and then you going, I got a meeting, I gotta go, then you do it with a smile on your face. Like I think every guy understands, and like and if again what you said is true, like where it's like at a certain point you go in the bathroom, get rid of this monster from you. Like I think send him to the bathroom.
The thing she's got to really hone in on was she said, my body hurts. That's great. If you're like, look, my back is broken. You blew me out. You know, you let these walls get a chance to rejuvenate. That's
a great,
what you want to focus on.
That's kind of that. There's no way to get your ego bruised when you hear, you don't understand. I'm sore from all of your lovemaking. Yeah.
You hit the back wall.